They say early management is a key, but it can only happen if there's an awareness. So awareness and early management are keys to possibly health, which could be treatment and cure. Friends, let's talk about kidney stones for a while. Kidney stones are a result of supersaturation of urine with all those extra amount of salts which are actually produced and as waste product filtered by the kidney and brought into the urine. So urine could possibly be supersaturated in a common man's language with a lot of things that filters away from the blood. In other words, it purifies the blood. So blood purification happens, and all that which is extra, which is waste, which is more than what is abnormal, that is not to be in the blood, is brought about by kidney and is brought into the urine. So urine is a waste product which is being produced trickle by trickle every hour that is collected in the bladder is produced up in the kidney, where by an efficient mechanism, all that which is external, which is not to be kept in the body, is taken off. Blood happens to that fluid, which picks up anything which is end product of metabolism and stays in the blood and is brought out. So if efficient filter like kidney brings about all those aspects in the urine can be supersaturated. There can be more and more amount of solute sitting in the urine. And remember, all that you eat goes in there. All that you take extra, which is not required by your body, goes in there. Which means if you are into excessive amount of tea, coffee, cola, chocolates, non-veg, green leafy vegetables and milk products, animal proteins, and you also are a stone former, not talking for non-stone formers, but are a stone former, that means you're formed once, twice, and thrice, you actually are bombarding your entire system to produce more and more amount of stones. Not necessarily stones, but bombarding with more and more amount of those solutes, which actually are produced inherently or are being brought about by eating and by imbibing. And they all could probably become a large solute load for the urine to be handling around. Therefore, all stone formers need to improve their water intake. And how do you increase your water intake? You increase your water intake best by actually dividing your water intake. You can't have a bucket of water in the day and then you forget that you had n number of liters. What you need to do is possibly improve your water intake across the day, which means before every meal, if you could drink water, what did you do? You actually filled up your tummy. You had good amount of water. Your body required that amount of water, being a stone former. Therefore, undersaturating the urine with what actually could be a conglomerate of supersaturated urine, and the stone possibly would less form. That's one aspect on the softer stones. So undersaturating is one important aspect which a human being can do to himself. He may not be able to do much more than this, other than taking extra amount of stuff, which actually can add on to more burden. When we look at this important aspect, we form that the stone formation is a very silent process. When does it form? Day or night? So it forms when you're going to go to sleep. What happens at night? You go to sleep at night at 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock in this maximum city. You get up in the morning at 5, 6, 7. All those 6 to 8 hours of sleep, you never want to get disturbed. You don't want any emergency calls. You don't want to be disturbed by anything. You want to snore well and sleep well. And that is the essence of life, which means you need to sleep well and nurture life. That means you are regenerating very well as a result of the hard toil that happens every day. So once you slept, once you woke up around, you actually want to go and pass urine. What have you done in the last 6 or 7 hours when you were sleeping? You actually tortured your kidneys. You did not give them the raw material to produce the end product called the urine. What does it mean? It means that when the kidneys are actually working in the background of so-called selective dehydration of the night, they may be undersaturated situations, they can be supersaturated situations. But when there is less amount of water being fed, you already are producing a lot of urine, which could actually be having more solutes which can be dissolved, because they're not fed extra water which you're doing in the daytime. So you possibly could be forming those small crystals which could nucleate, which could aggregate, which could then collate together and form the stones which gradually silently grow while you continue to do hard work in the daytime. And night again, the same phenomena of staying as super saturated with less amount of water intake. So all stone formers, not for everybody, but for stone formers, we recommend that they take water before they go to sleep at night. Get up at night, see that there are no thieves anywhere, drink another glass of water and go to sleep. What do? They supply the kidneys what is desired. What is desired is that extra amount of water goes in, the urine is undersaturated, everything gets flushed off. The small nuclei and crystals don't aggregate to form stones, which would gradually grow and form those millimeters and centimeters that's picked up by an ultrasound or picked up in an emergency situation. I was talking about awareness, and therefore awareness is about looking at, if you're doing a sonography for health reasons, if you're doing a sonography because you had a pain on the flanks and the pain was radiating down, it possibly could be a small stone moving down. If you did an ultrasound in a condition for something else and you picked up a stone in the kidney, what will you do? So commonest answer I've heard is I will wait because it's not troubling me, but that's not true. The natural history of any stone in the kidney is not like the gallbladder. In a gallbladder disease, if you have gallbladder stones, the gallbladder needs to be removed as and when required, proven by your gastrosurgeon and colleagues in the surgical department. But when you look at a kidney stone is a result of metabolism and the way a body handled urine, the extra amount of which came could not be flushed off. Somewhere it aggregated, and probably by the multiple metabolic forces, it actually got created into a small crystal. Now, let me break that important myth which people ask urologists across the country every day. Do tomatoes and do brinjals and do lady's finger and do guava and things form stones which have got seeds? So seeds don't form stones. Let's be very clear about that. That seeds are not the stones that you see in the kidneys. Seeds are non-dissolvable material and they can't be dissolved. So they are passed in stools more frequently. You could see some of them which are undissolved and probably undigested. So they're undigested kind of stuff which actually get passed off. They don't go into the urinary environment. So it is important in at least 2021 to break the myth that seeds from tomatoes and seeds from guavas and seeds from brinjals and seeds from papayas and seeds from of all these fruits and vegetables we drink, we eat actually form stones. No, that's not true. So no seeds form stones, need to be remembering very well. So that question could be a hilarious question and we would never ask each other. Number one. Number two, we would improve our water intake across the day and night, but we also would look at not forming stones. But if we have formed stones, then what? Then we will not sit and say that we will continue to wait till a point in time the stones are formed, because that's not what the answer is. Remember, the natural history of any stone in the kidney is only two. Number one, the stone can silently grow without your permission and without your knowledge. It grows and gradually becomes a stone which could be bigger in size and then bigger and could surprise you with a very big stone sitting there, which you thought a year or a decade ago was very small. Or it could fall down this narrow pipe called the ureter. And the narrow pipe called ureter is made to pass urine, not to pass stones. If it falls down there, which is broader at the top and narrower at the bottom, it can block anywhere. So stones falling down the kidneys, unfortunately, is common 24/7, all 12 months. It was the era when you used to see summer season, less drinking water and more stones forming. But I don't see that happen anymore. I see in the month of January, December, March, January, June, whichever you call, stones do form. So the lifestyle habits and the kind of habits that we have got into has actually brought about this epidemiological phenomena of more and more stone formation. And therefore, let's wake up to the phenomena of we will work hard towards picking up stones early if we are stone formers, or if a stone has been picked up for some reason in an ultrasound in the kidney, we would go to the urologist and get it sorted out. And he has got full armamentarium, A, B, C, D, and X, Y, Z, where he can actually handle stones. He can do a lithotripsy for a small soft stone. He can do a flexible ureteroscopy called an RIRS, which was initially only kept for the pilots, air hostesses, sailors, and the marine engineers, because they were grounded when they had even the smallest stones in the kidneys. They were not allowed to get back to the profession, which was about taking a ship or a flight off. So now it has gone to a common man, because he knows that if a stone forms in the kidney, it could fall down. It could cause a colic. It could cause a midnight trouble on a Saturday or a Sunday night. And then you land up, unfortunately, with fever, pain, vomiting. A urologist will have to get in time to probably take a telescope and operate and remove the stone and get your fine, soft, gentle tube called the ureter free from this burden of block, which is causing a trauma and an injury and a damage there. So friends, kidney stones are only two natural histories. Either they will grow and become big stones and you will need a bigger surgery in future, or they will fall down, and when they fall down, they possibly could cause a ureteric colic at odd times and odd locations. You could be in a holiday, you could be possibly partying, or you could be on a very long time and wrong location like a Saturday evening or a Sunday, where you may not get the right kind of medical help in a location that you choose to. And therefore, it's very important today to wake up to a phenomena that if you have stones, get your stone treated. There are many ways to treat stones. So why postpone stone treatment? That you are aware that a stone can cause trouble and the stone can grow and this would require a bigger intervention in future. Don't postpone health to that level. Bring stones to the front row seat. They deserve to be being in the front row seat because of the kind of practices we have. Sadly, water has disappeared from our diets more frequently, and we drink into anything and everything else, which could be tea, coffee, milk, alcohol, cola, which is not the way the body demands and desires. The body desires that we possibly drink divided water intake across there, just not to probably push our food down, but also to have the hydration required for the body to feel comfortable, to feel energetic and make it happen. Friends, as we come to a close, it's a wake-up call for awareness on stones. Kidney stones have got a number of treatments available. The right approach to a right patient is chosen by your urologist in your city. That they continue to do that at Kokilaben Hospital by lithotripsy in some, but flexible ureteroscopy in early stone formers who have still got stones and have not seen a ureteric colic, or have seen a ureteric colic or a stone falling down the ureter and know that they don't want stones to fall down. We enter the kidneys, go there stealthily, powder the stones, pull the stones out and keep them stone free. We also do PCNLs. We do ureteroscopies for the emergencies. It's a wake-up call for us to wake up to all kinds of stones that forms in the kidneys. The kidney stones are something which need to be picked up in time. If you have one, or in your family somebody has got a kidney stone, kindly don't delay and postpone it. I think awareness today and early management tomorrow is the only way you can probably take it forward to the highest level. Thank you so much.